Put your hands together. Y'all act like we ain't in Atlanta, Georgia. Put your hands together like you know. So this is the live recording. That means y'all gotta be lit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so proud to say that this is home for me. Make some noise for each and every one of the artists that you've seen thus far. Man, super anointed, right? Super anointed, because it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter how potent the message, it doesn't matter how powerful the minister is. There is one thing that always remains true. It'll all fade from your minds as soon as you leave this room when I see you. Praising, dancing your shackles loose, bondage peeling from bodies like old scabs making way for new flesh. I don't cast away your chains just yet. When I see truth and conviction filling your hearts to the point your mouths refuse to hold worship hostage any longer. I don't relent in my pursuit. I'd rather ask you how many times you trespassed the line you swore you wouldn't cross, divorced the wooden cross and splintered right back inside my palms. How many times has repentance rendered you alabaster when broken, a sweet fragrance spilled prostrate at the feet of your master? Then the next day unspill yourselves into the posture of what's happening now. Either you were acting and your back was spasming, or you're skilled at looking humbly remorseful while just tripping, and I just witnessed an accident when I find you running from yourselves to the altar. I allow you to be deceived by the emptiness of your impulsive decisions. I just wait, because the clock is a snitch, my friends. Time will always tell on you. If you're not conscious of how good he is, you'll always forget how bad you are. So my fight isn't to make you sin. Your flesh alone is bold enough for that mission. My biggest weapon is making you forget with distractions to keep you from being consistent. All of you, get a checkup before you check out. See, the test is in the visit, but the results are in the follow-up. The constant return to his essence, being patient in the waiting room of his presence. I am no fool. I know you fight to avoid the items on God's thou shalt not list. So, I'm far more strategic. I make your hearts beat for vanity, fleeting beauty, the promise of success on a platter, the appeal of romance. I have you more consumed with being a couple than honoring the Trinity, more enticed with making love now than making love known. Seduce you with today to blind you from eternity. Make you obsessed with the temporary until you feel evangelism is a job for the leaders in the sanctuary. If I can't snatch you from your holy bloodline, then I'll snatch your desire to snatch souls from mine. And you think that I am needs ya? Forget about it. No, really, forget about it. I am needs ya. But you may be too comatose to notice. And they say God makes no mistakes. Okay, right, so this blatant form of neglect was intentional. How could he mold beings in his image yet permit such a flaw? How did he forget to make you remember? You would never fall if you had the weight of the law at the forefront of your thoughts. It makes no sense. Unless it was always his intent. Maybe he finds some twisted beauty in the art of forgetting and remembering, and your curse is a gift. No, he's sick, demented, a genius. I assumed it was a broken design, but it was his plan to make you like him. You are evidence of divine selective memory. Didn't God make the rules? When you sin, in the end, you die. I make one bad move, and my fate is flames. But why? You break his law all your life, and just because he's kind, miraculously, condemnation somehow slips his mind looking at you. It's forensic science, and he makes you dust. For his fingerprints, he made you dust. For his fingerprints, his character, tailored to fit only the redeemed. So it seems easy to walk like the one who passed down his genes. Wouldn't forgiveness be a myth? If record of fault couldn't be erased from your heart, some of you have been abused, mishandled, betrayed, but look at you today. Somehow you find joy in your God and smile like it never took place. You're forgetting it's a gift. You're forgetting it's a gift. That must be the reason your yesterdays were buried with the sun. So God could resurrect mercies anew in the mornings when it's all said and done. He's always remembered his children. Like those oppressed by the hands of my son Pharaoh. Or the barren woman he would later cause to swaddle a nation's salvation and her heritage. Or a thief. A thief with robbery still fresh on impaled palms. A hanging picture of justice saying, remember me in paradise. God has unearthed his grace in remembering, but proves his mercy in forgetting. But you are not holy like him. You're drunk with sin like me, his enemy. What you mean to tell me that the saved has salvation due to God's voluntary failed memory and judgment? When we face the wrath of his presence, I want you to remember that your hands were as crimson as my rebellion, but he will cast me into the gut of hell to rot. But tell you that as far as the east is from the west, so will I remove your transgressions from you. I will tread your iniquities underfoot, cast your sin into the sea of the forgotten. He will welcome you into his rest, kiss you glorified with Alzheimer's lips. Because of redemption's stained vision, he will only see you for who you are then, but not for who you were before him. The glory of his presence will remind you that every trial I watched you suffer through, every war I raised against you, for this moment was worth it. As he releases you into bliss, he will tell you he loves you forever, and you'll never forget it.